Hi, my name is Debbie Jacobs, and I am a positivity mindset transformational life coach. And I focus on happiness, creating happiness and success in our lives. And I stumbled upon this myself working with a life coach. Most of the treatment that I had was therapy, group therapy, behavioral programs, DBT, associated with hospitals, and I have many years of going to the traditional therapy. And then I went through some very difficult times. I lost my job. I had a date rape situation that was very traumatic. And I lost my father. And losing my father, who was the second parent that I lost, I had lost my mother a few years earlier. But losing my father was like mourning the loss of my mother all over again, and it was so much harder. So these things really kind of just sent me into a tailspin, and I was doing everything to help myself get better, including hypnosis. The subconscious mind factors into mental illness and is responsible for our self sabotaging behaviors and our negative thoughts. And it's comes from our conditioning. So, hypnosis is very useful. And I went to a hypnotist to help with my grieving process after I lost my father. Um, and just having a conversation with the woman, I felt understood. I felt optimistic. I didn't feel angry. And I thought, you know what? I want to work with this woman because I was in a group program at the time and just not a mix, not a good therapeutic environment. So I asked her if I could continue working with her and made the switch from the mental therapy channels to working with a life coach. And this was in 2010. My father had passed away. In 2009, I lost my job in 2008, had the date rape situation in 2009, and also lost my father. And my family just kind of fell apart in 2009. So that was a very difficult period. And I started working with the life coach in 2010. Now it's 2015, and I've gotten into life coaching because I made such profound progress and improvements and reached levels I would have never accomplished in therapy that I want to help other people get to their happiness. And one thing that, with mental illness, there's a lot of characteristics associated with people that have mental illness. One is low self esteem. Another is, not having good boundaries. Another is not addressing our needs, not taking care of our needs. So if we don't feel that we're being taken care of, maybe we get angry. Anger is another characteristic. Fear, having fear, and irrational thought, because fear can be irrational thought. I mean, it's warranted if you're in a dangerous situation, but then other times our mind just projects it on us, and we respond based on that irrational thinking. And the process of working with a life coach basically was to address all of this, the low self-esteem, the low confidence, having anger issues, how to effectively resolve things without making the situation worse. And at the end of the day, we all are responsible for our own happiness, and it is a common occurrence that people have a tendency to get in their own way. And learning how to get out of our way increases our happiness. But how do we do that? Well, go to someone who's already done it and let them tell you what you need to do, because those people with mental illness, and particularly depression, bipolar. I've had these diagnoses. I've been on medications, and I've felt hopeless that things would ever get better. But I never owned the diagnosis. I always felt that I could do better on my own, and it's something that I can manage. And essentially going, my path brought me across this person, and I'm very thankful to have met her and have had such a positive experience. There are a lot of people that are out there to help us. There are resources already in full existence that might be underutilized by the depressed. Because you know what? Depressed people aren't looking to empower themselves. They are acclimating to the circumstances and trying to create lives with low self-esteem, with their anger issues, with all their problems, and that becomes their life, as opposed to rising above our circumstances, getting the support and the help that we need. And, not all, I can't say, I'm not speaking for all, and I don't want to generalize, but my experience, that's what I've seen, where instead of working on empowering ourselves, we work on how do we live with anxiety? How do we live with depression? When really, if we just work on getting our self-esteem up to a healthy self-esteem, our whole lives would be different. And that's where happiness is. And that's where our authentic self is. And we can accomplish that. That is definitely an option and a possibility. But for some reason, there's a disconnect in the treatment. We are not learning new boundaries, learning how to address our needs, learning assertiveness. We're okay living with our anger. Anger shoots ourselves in the foot. And, there is a whole big world out there. And we can create whatever it is that we want for our lives. We just have to focus on doing it. And you know what? We do have some obstacles because of the treatment, because of circumstances. But these are all behaviors, and we can learn new behaviors and effective coping strategies so we can handle ourselves differently in situations that are stressors. When we have the proper coping skills, we can handle them differently. And by handling them differently, that's where we grow. We grow. And that growth is what we need. It is amazing, and it is something that we accomplish when we grow. We change our situation, we change our lives, and when we fully evolve into our beautiful self with a healthy self-esteem that we are meant to be, we have a whole new set of opportunities, and we no longer have limiting beliefs. So really, to question what goes on in our mind. What is our mind telling us? Because the mind believes what we say. So if we say, well, I'm always a failure, the mind will say, okay, you said it, you're a failure. Okay, I'll believe that. But if we say, I am a powerful, beautiful woman, the mind may not believe it the first time, but if we keep on saying it, repetition is how we reprogram the subconscious mind. And even if you don't feel like it feels true, start saying good things to your mind. This is about having a positive mindset versus a negative mindset. Negative mindsets, we create negativity in our lives. And I took this amazing program. And it was all about self-development and empowerment and and healing. It was great. And I went up and I told my story and I said, well, I had this happen, I had that happen, I had this happen, I had anger about it, whatever. And the trainer said, well, you created it. You created all that negativity with your negative thoughts. And from that point on, and this was in 2013, I said, well, you know what? I am going to train my brain to think positively because I do not want more negativity. And if that's what it takes to get happiness in my life, then I'm going to focus on my thoughts and changing my thoughts. And you know what? That made such a difference. It was amazing. And I recognized my own progress when I had my cute little dog peed on my vision board. A vision board is like a collage of things that I want to achieve. So I have a visual reminder on my wall. But I didn't put my dog in the vision board. So instead of getting all mad and pissed off that she ruined my vision board and getting mad at my dog, which I don't really do, but my reaction was, oh, she just wanted to include herself in my vision board. And that was it. No emotional baggage with that, no upset. Everything was okay. And I didn't have to worry about things that are going wrong and how I respond to them because I changed my thinking and made a huge shift in my life. And you know what? Mental illness is loss of control of our thoughts. But that's what Louise Hay says. That's her definition of mental illness. But since focusing on my mindset, my thoughts are more controlled. I do not have ruminating thoughts. I am not bombarded with negative thoughts, and that was a big battle. And I did for a while. And I also created an app to reprogram the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is not our friend. Suicidal tendencies comes from the subconscious mind, and when the subconscious mind tells us something that we don't like, we should tell the subconscious mind to shut up and to change that thought, replace it with a positive thought. We have that power. We can do that. The conscious mind overrides the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind feeds the thought, but the conscious mind could say, you know what? I don't like that thought and I'm going to change it. And bam. Now we're not thinking suicidal thoughts. We are thinking, I love myself. I have a bright future. I have all these abilities and possibilities, and I'm going to create happiness in my life. Literally changing your thoughts, which is a Louise Hay idea. Louise Hay also deals with positive affirmations. And that's what the app is. The app is you record positive affirmations in your own voice, and then you listen to them while you sleep. And the subconscious mind picks up our own voice and literally makes changes. So if we have conditioning from our childhood, from bad experiences where we believe we are not worthy, where we believe we don't deserve to be loved, where we don't love ourselves, well, there's where you want to reprogram the subconscious mind. You do not want negative thinking going around in the subconscious mind. So I wanted to, I felt all inspired because I saw these people that were recording, and I would love, love, love to get this message out there, whether it's irregardless, which I know is not a word, but I love it anyway, irregardless of diagnosis, we can control our thoughts and control our mind. And when we direct the mind to think in alignment with our dreams and our vision, what do we want for our life, then we create what we want for our lives because our thoughts create our reality. From diagnosis, it is absolutely possible to go from diagnosis to happiness. It absolutely is. And before questioning it or saying that it's not, I would encourage you to try, really give it a good try to achieve happiness, because determination and commitment, when you have those two things, you will obtain your goals. And the second you don't have the commitment or the determination, poof, it goes away. But if you are committed and determined to make a happy life for yourself and let nothing stand in the way, not even yourself, you will achieve it. And the universe will support you in doing that. So my name is Debbie Jacobs, and I am a positivity mindset transformational life coach. And this is based on my own transformation, going from negative thinking and creating negative things in my life to being a positive thinker and creating solutions in my life. And I, just wish happiness for everyone. Love and blessings.